One time, when me and my cousin were about 11, I was staying at her house and we had to share a bed. It wasn't too much of an issue, the only thing was that she's a sleep talker. While she was asleep, I was watching TV. I've always had trouble sleeping, but TV helps as it's a comfort thing. I eventually got sleepier, and I moved a tiny bit to get comfy. This small movement made my cousin stir a little, and I didn't want to wake her, so I tried to move as gently as possible. I moved, I kid you not, by like a centimeter, and she just sat up. She turned towards me to face the wall, eyes wide open, and had the most terrified look on her face. She then proceeded to gasp super loud while pointing at the wall, with the same expression on her face, then fell back on the bed and was asleep like nothing happened. I didn't move for the rest of the night. I was invited to a sleepover where everyone got to high and passed out hard. I mean hard. Tried to wake up the host to ask for the door lock code, but literally shaking her shoulders like a ragdoll did nothing. Everyone was like that, breathing and snoring, but otherwise completely unresponsive and still. Some of them were upright and still had stuff in their hands. I tried accidentally making incredibly loud noises. Nothing. I tried waking each person up individually by shaking their shoulders and yelling their name. Nothing. Turned on the lights. Nothing. It was like living in a weird reality, where I'd frozen time for everyone else but myself. I was getting really worried and decided to call an ambulance. 3 of the boys overdosed and died that night. I never forgot about that day. It's been around 15 years. I was about 6 years old. My sister, who was 10 years older than me, was having a sleepover party with a bunch of her friends. My parents were at a party for the night and wouldn't be back until late, so she was babysitting me as well. We decided to order a pizza and were sitting around the windows in the living room and dining room when we saw someone that we thought was the pizza delivery guy. We all started waving until we realized it wasn't the pizza delivery guy, but a bunch of young guys tossing around a football. They surrounded the front of the house and started banging on the windows and trying to get in the door, hooting and hollering the whole time. My sister remembered about the back door and went running to make sure it was locked. She got there just as the door burst open and about 5 young men came. I stood in the kitchen and screamed at the top of my lungs, long and loud. Everyone stopped and looked at me, and my sister finally said, "I think you better leave." My sister's quite upset, and they actually left. Moral of the story is, never wave at somebody, unless you really know who it is. 7-ish years old in the 90s. I woke up at my cousin's house in a pallet on the floor to the sounds of struggling from my aunt and her husband's bedroom going where you think. It started as quiet muttering and some stomping, then turned into stuff being thrown, and then the door pops open with my aunt trying to walk out the bedroom. Cousin and I have the door cracked. We watch as her husband grabs her by the hair, jerks her back in the room, and then slams the door. Hear crying, screaming, things breaking. My other cousins all come into the bedroom and lock the door. They're not even crying. They're just quiet and sitting in the corner. I remember hearing my aunt scream, "You're going to fucking shoot me now." Hear a gun discharge and him yell, "That's a warning." This gets the attention of the neighbors, and the police are called. He walks out of the bedroom after the gunshot, and we hear him walking up the hall, going out the back door. She walks up to the door we're behind and says to stay there. She's sure police are coming. My mom picks me up, and I'm definitely traumatized. One of the many reasons I'm a social worker today. Technically, it happened the morning after. My sister and I spent the night at our neighbors with their girls of similar ages. The older daughter was tidying up as my sister, and I was getting ready to leave. I don't remember what was, but the daughter knocked something over. Then her mom, who wasn't even in the room, just started screaming at the older daughter to pack her bags. Quick side note, the parents were divorced. She even told her to live with her dad. He lived somewhere else. Sadly, our friend moved out because her mom went crazy. We haven't seen her since she moved away. Thanks for watching and subscribe for many more videos to come. Have a great rest of your day.